Hey guys, welcome to It's 420. Today we're going to vent a little bit about the Senate. All right, so about 2 weeks ago, as we all probably know, the House passed some legalization for marijuana. It is the second time the House has passed the same exact bill. There's another Republican bill coming out, but basically all of this action has caused a lot of Republicans or a lot of senators to get questions from reporters asking about what their views are on marijuana. And that's kind of what I was curious about and excited about, because so much is changing so quickly in this whole sphere. So to see how the senators' viewpoints are changing along with the public's will be interesting. What made me not as enthusiastic was seeing that the voting on the bill, on the MORE Act in the House, was basically a party split. And that's saying that this issue, when we thought it was going to be a little more bipartisan, actually is not getting there, and it's becoming even more just stuck in each party lane. Now we're finally able to look at the Senate because Chuck Schumer, the lead Democrat's bill, is supposed to be coming out by the end of this month and landing on the floor of the Senate sometime soon after, and we can see some actual action take place. However, there is now a new article by The Hill that actually asks senators what their views are on this bill and what their views are on marijuana as a whole. And as we have now come to expect from ever since the House bill was put out there, we can now see that the views are not good. The views are lackluster. Even some Democrats believe that marijuana shouldn't be legal, which is frustrating. Of course, we have Joe Manchin, who is always kind of the last holdout in Democrats for pretty much anything. And while he believes in medical marijuana, he does not believe that recreational marijuana should be a thing. That's not surprising. There's another Democrat from New Hampshire, Jeanne Shaheen, who believes that marijuana should not be legal as well, or has concerns. They say they have concerns, but what that means is that they're not going to vote on something. So in the Senate, what has to happen is all of the Democrats have to vote in favor, and then in addition to that, 10 Republicans have to vote in favor in order for the bill to become filibuster-proof, meaning it won't be able to be kind of delayed to death by a filibuster if they have 60 votes. However, they are not going to get 60 votes. They won't even get 50 votes, because the amount of Democrats that are in favor are not everybody, and the amount of Republicans in favor are even worse. For instance, we now have somebody like Ted Cruz coming out and saying that not only is he not in favor of recreational marijuana, he believes marijuana is very dangerous and is something that should not even be out there, and nobody should be smoking it, which is seemingly an antiquated view on marijuana, since a lot of people have now come around to seeing the health benefits of it and the happiness benefits of it. But all of that is to say that Republicans are nowhere near where we thought they might be with this, and they are getting further and further out of step with what the public is saying. And we have a Gallup poll from November that shows exactly this. The Gallup poll says that 83% of Democrats, 71% of independents, and 50% of Republicans are all in favor of recreational marijuana legalization. That number, 50% of Republicans, is still right up, teetering on the edge, but it's going up. Every single number here is slowly going up. So this 50% of Republicans will very soon become a majority of Republicans, and that will be something that they have to deal with, that politicians have to deal with. This all brings me back to then the idea of a new bill coming out in the Senate, which is this Schumer bill that he's been teasing for almost a year now. The CAOA bill, him, Cory Booker, and Wyden from Colorado, they all have been teasing this bill. They're very excited about it. They've been getting feedback. They've been kind of really drafting it, making it as best as possible. But the problem is that it's this all-encompassing bill. It's a clear problem that makes it a non-starter from the beginning. Why would you put everything into one bill that makes it dead in the water when you could separate expungement, you could separate the Safe Banking Act from it, you could make banking something on its own, and you could expunge records on their own? That is a winning cause, bipartisan, everybody agrees with this. The one thing they do not agree with right now is recreational marijuana legalization. So take those two things out, legalize those, make this middle thing an issue that can fight on its own, but these two things are extremely urgent. So the fact that they are being pushed together into this one bill is a huge problem and makes everything just stop. Nothing is happening because of this, and it's very frustrating. And the more I see this happening, the more I see people, literally Schumer, stopping any progress from the Safe Banking Act because they don't want it to interfere with their bill. That frustrates me to no end. And I don't know how to fix this except for them to freaking just get this bill out there and get it to die in the Senate and then take it apart afterwards. I don't see any motivation for any of this except for just ego. You know, wanting to be the people who win the marijuana cause, wanting to be the party that does everything. And that is politics. I guess that's politics. So I'm gonna stop talking about this bill for a little bit, at least until it gets introduced into the Senate, because right now there's no new news about it. It's just, you know, coming out and probably will just die right away. And that's the story today. Don't get your hopes up about any legalization this year. It's not gonna happen federally at all. But we'll have another story later this week, probably February, probably Friday. We'll see then.